How do I file for undue hardship for student loans? Are you feeling overwhelmed by student loans and wondering how to file for undue hardship? You are not alone. Many people are in similar situations and are seeking relief. Let's break down the steps you need to take to navigate this process effectively. First, you need to file a bankruptcy petition. This is typically done under Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 of the Bankruptcy Code. The choice between these two chapters depends on your income, assets, and overall financial situation. Filing for bankruptcy is the first step before you can pursue discharging your student loans based on undue hardship. Once you have filed for bankruptcy, the next step is to initiate an adversary proceeding. This is a separate legal action within your bankruptcy case. In this proceeding, you will formally ask the court to discharge your student loans due to undue hardship. Keep in mind that the loan holder has the right to contest your claim during this process. To prove undue hardship, you will need to meet specific legal standards. The most commonly used test is called the Brunner Test. This test has three main requirements. First, you must show that you cannot maintain a minimal standard of living for yourself and your dependents if you are forced to repay the loans. Second, you need to demonstrate that your financial situation is likely to continue for a significant portion of the repayment period. Lastly, you must prove that you have made a good faith effort to repay the loans. Gathering evidence is crucial for your case. You will need to collect detailed financial records that show your income, expenses, health, job prospects, and any efforts you have made to repay the loans. This documentation will support your claim that repaying your loans would impose undue hardship. Additionally, you will need to complete required forms and attestations. Recent updates requiring borrowers to fill out an attestation from that details your income, expenses, and payment history. This information helps the Department of Justice and the Department of Education assess your claim before the bankruptcy judge makes a decision. After you have submitted all necessary documentation, the bankruptcy court will review your case. The court often considers recommendations from the Department of Justice and the Department of Education. If the court finds that you meet the undue hardship standard, it may discharge all or part of your federal student loans. It is important to note that only certain federal loans, such as direct loans and direct consolidation loans held by the Department of Education, are eligible for discharge through this process. Private student loans typically cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. The process has become more accessible in recent years, with higher success rates for borrowers who qualify. While the burden of proof is on you, many borrowers have succeeded without needing an attorney. To summarize, to file for undue hardship for student loans, you must first file for bankruptcy, then initiate an adversary proceeding, prove your financial hardship using the legal test, gather supporting evidence, and complete required forms. The court will then decide if your student loans can be discharged based on undue hardship.